Hey Chris, this is Tristan with Big Picture SEO. We talked on the phone a little bit ago and I told you I'd shoot you over this video showing you a couple different things you can do to boost your online presence and kind of what I do. And I don't want to take up a lot of your time with this, so I'm just going to get straight into it. So before I tell you the different things you can do, I want to show you where you currently rank on Google's search engine. So I threw in your domain into this tool I use. It's called Ahrefs. It shows me websites' analytical data. And I'll get to what all of this means throughout the video, but we're just going to stick with traffic and keywords for now. So traffic is the amount of people that come onto your website in a month, which as of now that's 0. And keywords are the words and phrases that are in your website that Google deems are common search terms and that you want to be found and rank for. Sorry about that. And you're not ranking with any keywords, and that's going to be, the big factor in why you're not really getting any traffic. So I have an example website here. This is going to be the number one organic website that pops up for landscaping. Here, I'll show you real quick. We type in landscaping Sacramento into the search engine. I mean, Yelp is technically the number one, but since that's just a directory, we're not really going to count that. So Capital Landscape is going to be the number one organic company up there. So they're getting 1,100 people a month on their website, and they're ranking with 1,500 keywords. So we can go in and we can see why they're getting that traffic and where it's coming from. And if I would guess, so Capital Landscape, they have their name here. That's 500 searches a month. And obviously there could be a Capital Landscape in New York and people could be searching that up. So whenever I give all this advice, I say with keywords you usually want to stay location oriented and buyer intent. So things like landscape design Sacramento, that has 300 searches, and for sure even if Capital all 500 are in Sacramento, that's not a for sure thing that we know right here, but we for sure know that landscape design Sacramento is based there, and that's 300 searches. For design, they're in the third position, which means that they're the third organic website to pop up, but that's almost been a week, so they could have moved up or down a position. And then they get 45 people a month from that. And then, landscape in Sacramento, what I had in the search bar here, that gets 400 searches a month. They're in the second position, and then they get 40 people a month on their website. And so this is, updated a day ago. We see that they're on the second position. So, being in the top three, you can expect to get 10% of the searches. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. I mean, like with this here, it's obviously more than 10%. And then in the third, even this is more than 10% here. But you're looking for a 10% conversion. Sacramento landscape design, 350, third position, so they get 40. So inexpensive drought tolerant landscaping, I would assume that maybe that they have some type of blog page. If we can just go to this link real quick and see what kind of page this is on, because 1,100, that's quite a bit of people for landscaping usually. So they do have a blog page here, and then it looks like, yeah, this would blog page. So blogs are really good to have and also to post on different blogs. Number one, a blog is good on your own page because then you can target more content and more keywords. So things like this, they get 35 extra people a month on their website. And obviously, inexpensive drought tolerant landscaping, that could be searched anywhere in the United States and even globally. So who's to say that these 35 are even coming directly from Sacramento? But just having the extra keywords brings more opportunity of traffic. What's known as Sacramento. We have landscape companies Sacramento, that's 350 searches, fifth position, so they get 31 people. Landscapers Sacramento instead of scaping, that's another 400 searches. They're in the fifth position, so they get 30 people. Sacramento Landscaping Company, another 350, sixth position, so they get 25. Sacramento Landscape, 150. We could keep going through all of these, but they did have over 1,000. So I won't waste your time. Clear here. They're getting, their traffic not by one mean, but by ranking with multiple different keywords. And then, so the way that you're going to be able to do that is you go back to your website here. I'm not sure if we scroll to the bottom, I'll actually just answer my own question. I was going to say, I'm not sure if you built this out or you had someone build it for you. And it looks like there's no credit, so I would assume maybe you built this out yourself, but possibly you had it built for you. But if you built it yourself, then you just have to go in and come and add more content, including keywords. So you want like high quality and relevant content. So you can't just go on talking about like a pizza parlor and then mention landscaping. But, it has to be relevant to what you do and your business and what your website is about. And then you don't want to overstuff with keywords. So like down here, if you had like in this paragraph, like landscaper Sacramento, and then in another sentence, landscaping Sacramento, you can't do that because when Google when it indexes a page, their algorithm is built out to deter bot-like and spam sites. So if you resemble anything that's something that a spam site would, such as like overstuffing with keywords or placing too many keywords just to be found for them, then the algorithm won't rank you. It'll determine that you're a spam site most likely. So it's just about being creative with the way that you write your content. Like I usually, I'll type in, like, so just here actually, not specifically here since this is a landscaping page, but in the header or something, I would say, landscaping Sacramento for X amount of years or whatever. You just got to be creative with the way that you write it. And then after you've placed your keywords and you start ranking for them and you can see that, you're being found, the way that you boost yourself up positioning wise, we don't have to go back in there, is with backlinks. And you actually do have some examples here. So a backlink is just a link within a website that refers back to another website. So for example, if I could click this link here and it would take me to, or I guess just, yeah, if I could click this here, if it was a clickable link, and it would take me back to your website, then that would be a backlink. And then a referring domain is just a website that has your link within it. So you have 12 websites linking back to you with a total of 40 backlinks. And we can see where you're getting your power from. But the most important thing that I want to say with backlinks is that they are not all created equal. I can't remember exactly how many Capital Landscape had. I think it was about 1,000, maybe less. But if it is 1,000, I'm not saying go out and buy, 1,500 to try and beat them out solely on numbers. Not all backlinks, like I said, are created the same. It goes by authority and credibility. So I forgot to mention blogs off page. If you're just posting a blog on a different page and you link back to yourself, that makes you look really credible in Google's eyes. It makes you look like a real person, and it also shows that you're willing to give value out onto the internet without asking for anything in return. So that's always, good Samaritans are gold in Google's eyes. It's always a plus. That's one example of a way you could utilize a backlink. Another one is like these directories here. You have a directory, this directory, HN I'm not actually sure what this is. I've never seen this one before, but linking back to you, America Top 10. This is a no follow link, which means it's not passing any power. But I mean, having directory or being listed in directories is good, and I'll get to that in a second. Another HNSUA or HNN USA. Chain link fence pros. So this looks like, oh, okay, you got your own little thing here. North State Yellow Pages, Super Pages, Landscaping Services, so a blog here. And like I said, blogs are always really good. I'm not sure if maybe you had somebody go out and do this for you or you did it, but definitely going out and posting more would help your DR, which would increase the power to your website. Class Creator, HTH Project, Super Pages, another HNN USA, another HNN USA. So we can go and see the websites that are actually bringing you the power. That way it takes a little less time. So you got Yahoo, Super Pages, Class Creator, Super Media, HTH Project, America Top 10, and then it's kind of going down to none here. But these blog spots, or I guess you only really have one here. Blogspot is always good, and you're definitely going to need some guest posts, which a guest post is just a website that allows you to go and put your domain down for like $5 to $20. It can be more expensive sometimes if it's a better authoritative link, but if not, then it's like $5 to $20. So these guys had 2,200 backlinks, and again, I just want to reiterate that the number of links is not always what's relevant. It's the authority behind it. So again, I just don't want you to go waste your money getting a whole bunch of random backlinks. Because say they also need to be relevant to what you do, like with content. So say if you had a pizza place linking back to you, Google would see, oh, a pizza place is linking to a landscaping company. That doesn't make much sense. We're not going to pass the power. So if you try and get websites to link back to you, make sure they're somewhat relevant or have a good amount of DR or influence. So they got Home Guide, SafeGate, 3 best rated, Zoom Rosville. What is this here? So this would be like an influential thing here. Zoom Rosville, Free PR Now, blog here, blog, another blog. This is one, I think this is the one you were in. I might be wrong. Sorry if I am. Blog, a lot of blogs here. Yeah, another Zoom Roswell blog. So you would have to go through all of these real quick. I'll just go look at the referring domains to give you a better picture of what you're working with here. But I'm thinking, so it's a lot of directories up at the top. Just scroll through it really fast because I do want to see if they have a lot of blogs, which I believe. We'll go to the last page here and see if it's made up of blogs. That's usually where it would be. So blog. So a lot of their power is going to be coming from the fact that they have a lot of credibility on Google, looking real. So this is something you would have to do to beat them out, is go out and post a ton of blogs, man. And some they have multiple links coming from. Yeah, so you're gonna have to go out here. It's gonna be a little bit of work, but this is what you're working with here. All of these blogs. I would guess that these next like 2 pages are filled with blogs as well. We'll just go through it real quick so we can see together. Blog, yeah, pretty much all blogs here at the end. So you could just go out and write, things about how turfing your lawn, it keeps it healthy, your lawn looks good all year round, blah blah blah. Just different topics that relate to landscaping. It doesn't have to be, and you can't have like copy content. Don't go out and like place 6 of the same blogs on different websites, because again, when Google crawls that content, they're able to or attach it to different websites. Once they sorry, I'm looking for the word here. They cross-examine every website. Their algorithm, their AI bots that do this, they cross-examine every website at once to make sure that there's no plagiarizing going on. So you can't have copy content. But that's how you're going to beat them out with power when it comes to backlinking. A lot of blogs, and then definitely get yourself in some guest posts to get that extra power. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about is going to be citations. And a citation is just a business's name, address, and phone number. And a citation helps you a lot in the map pack listing. The more that you list, again, it makes you look credible and real. And as long as they're relevant, like you can't have a plumbing, you can't put plumber. Oh, and you list your citations inside of directories. And a directory is just a website like Yellow Pages and Facebook, or excuse me, and Expertise and Kev's Best and 3 Best Rated, local database, Easy Local. There's literally hundreds, like Contractors Up, hundreds you can put yourself in. And the more, the better, the merrier. The higher you're going to rank through here once you're ranking organically here. And even the outreach alone, just be like, because a lot of people use like Home Advisor and Houses and Angie's and Yelp and whatnot as their go-to. So just having that outreach is nice as well. But yeah, that's the basics of ranking. Again, I do offer these services, so if this is something you feel like you might be interested in, feel free to reach back out to me. I'm sorry this video, it looks like it's over 10 minutes. I usually try and keep these between like 5 and 7, but I just rambled a little bit there. Sorry about that. But again, I do offer these services. If you do feel interested, reach back, and you want to reach back out to me, my number is 812-827-3138. Thank you very much for your time, and have a good rest of your day.